The question every season is the same. Should you buy into it, or is it just another trend? But the answer is never about the clothing itself. It's about psychology. Why something feels tempting, why it feels urgent, and why most people end up regretting what they buy. Fall 2025 is the perfect moment to talk about this. Fashion right now is engineered for speed. Trends are designed to go viral first and live in your closet second. That means the moment you see something everywhere, you've already missed the peak. What looks desirable today is often disposable tomorrow, because its real purpose wasn't to elevate your style, but to generate attention. So how do you know if you should buy it? Ask yourself, does it add continuity or chaos? True style is built on a narrative. Everything you own should speak to who you are becoming, not just who you felt like on a Tuesday night scrolling online. If the piece strengthens your identity, it's worth considering. If it only excites you because it's new, it's just another distraction. Here's another lens: permanence. Trends collapse when they're fueled by novelty alone. The items worth buying are the ones that could live in your wardrobe for years and still feel aligned. The more a piece feels tied to a specific micro moment, the faster it will die. The more it feels timeless with a twist, the stronger it will age. And the most important test is this: does it carry authority, or does it beg for validation? Clothes that command presence never need explanation. Clothes that chase trends rely on others to confirm you look in. That difference is the line between investment and regret. Fall fashion will always tempt you with urgency, the fear of missing out. But real elegance is built on editing, not collecting. The pieces you should buy are the ones that sharpen your story, refine your aura, and hold meaning beyond this season. Everything else? It's just fashion selling you a moment instead of a future. That's why this channel exists, to give you the knowledge behind the trend, not just the surface. Because once you understand the psychology of fashion, you'll never fall for the trick of just trendy again. And that's how you move from consuming fashion to mastering it. Here's what most people miss. The fashion industry thrives on urgency. The entire system is built to convince you that if you don't buy now, you'll be left behind. But urgency is not elegance. Urgency is manipulation. And when you buy under pressure, you're not choosing, you're reacting. This is why so many wardrobes end up cluttered with pieces that feel meaningless a season later. Because they weren't chosen for identity, they were chosen for approval. That's the trap of just trendy. It promises you relevance, but delivers regret. The smarter perspective is this: style isn't about being current, it's about being consistent. Trends can enhance consistency if they align with your story, but they destroy it when they pull you in 10 directions at once. The real question isn't, is this in right now? But will this make sense 5 years from now in the story I'm building? And there's a deeper psychological angle here. Trends are designed to trigger insecurity. They whisper that what you already own is outdated, that who you are is not enough, that your presence requires an update. But timeless pieces never do that. They work season after season because they're not competing with time. They're transcending it. So should you buy it? Only if it sharpens, not scatters. Only if it feels inevitable, not impulsive. Only if it holds weight beyond the season, instead of being tethered to the noise of the moment. This is the knowledge most people don't get. The line between looking stylish and looking lost is not in how many trends you follow, but in how many you resist. Mastery in fashion is not accumulation, it's discipline. And fall 2025 is the perfect season to practice that discipline, because the noise is loud, but clarity is louder. Another layer to this conversation is how trends play with memory. Fashion marketers know the human brain craves novelty, that rush of excitement when you see something new. But novelty fades fast. What lingers isn't what was most exciting in the moment, but what feels inevitable over time. That's why so many pieces that once looked irresistible end up sitting untouched in closets. They weren't built for memory, only for impulse. There's also the question of authorship. When you buy something trendy, who is writing your style, you or the algorithm? If your wardrobe looks like everyone else's feed, then it's not your wardrobe at all. It's a collage of other people's choices. Real style comes from authorship, the ability to filter, edit, and make trends serve your story rather than the other way around. And here's the psychological trap. Trends promise belonging. They tell you that if you wear this, you'll be part of the cultural moment. But belonging built on consumption isn't belonging at all. It's dependency. The moment the trend moves on, so does the identity you borrowed from it. That's why the most stylish people never look like they're trying to belong. They look like they already do, on their own terms. This fall, the sharpest perspective you can hold is this. Every trend is an invitation, not an obligation. The pieces worth buying are the ones that expand your identity, deepen your presence, and strengthen the story your wardrobe is already telling. The rest? They're just distractions designed to keep you consuming. So should you buy it? Or is it just trendy? The answer depends on whether you want your closet to be a collection of moments or a map of who you are becoming. One fades, the other lasts. And fashion at its highest level has always been about the latter. Here's the part most people never think about. Trends are designed to expire. They're not accidents, they're engineered with a built-in death date. That's why what feels urgent now will look tired in 6 months. The fashion system needs you restless, always reaching, never satisfied, because satisfied people don't spend endlessly. If you understand that, you immediately gain power. The deeper question to ask is, does this piece elevate or does it age me? Elevation means it grows with you. It sharpens your image, deepens your presence, feels stronger with each wear. Aging means it ties you to a moment, a fad, a fleeting context. One invests in your future self, the other chains you to the past. Another perspective is identity versus costume. True style is when your clothes reflect your core. Costume is when your clothes perform something you aren't, just because it's trending. People sense the difference instantly. A costume makes you look like you're borrowing someone else's power. Identity makes you look like you are the source of it. This is also why restraint has become the new luxury. Because anyone can buy into everything. It takes clarity to say no. The wealthiest, most stylish people aren't filling closets with noise. They're editing down until every piece is undeniable. That's not minimalism, that's mastery. So should you buy it, or is it just trendy? The real answer is this. If it strengthens your identity, supports your long game, and holds authority without explanation, it's worth it. If it only feels exciting because everyone else is doing it, it's not style, it's surrender. And fall 2025 is the perfect reminder of this truth. Fashion isn't about what you collect, it's about what you define. Trends fade, identity endures, and the women who know the difference don't just dress well, they lead. Here's another angle no one talks about. The economics of trend chasing. Every season, newness is marketed as necessity, but the deeper function is financial, not aesthetic. Trends are less about beauty and more about turnover. They keep consumers buying endlessly, while the people at the top never play that game. The true elite don't chase, they set. And that's why they always look ahead of everyone else. Then there's the psychology of scarcity. Fashion convinces you that because something is limited, it must be valuable. But scarcity doesn't always equal substance. A trendy piece can sell out fast and still look irrelevant next season. True scarcity is when something holds authority even years later, not because it was hard to get, but because it was impossible to replace. Another perspective is emotional return on investment. Ask yourself, when the novelty fades, does the piece still give you power? Does it still carry presence? If not, then it wasn't fashion, it was just entertainment. The most stylish wardrobes aren't built on excitement, they're built on pieces that keep rewarding you long after the first wear. And here's the sharpest test, is it serving you or are you serving it? If you need the trend to feel relevant, you're serving it. If the trend naturally amplifies who you already are, then it's serving you. That distinction is the line between mastery and dependency. So, should you buy it, or is it just trendy? The truth is, fashion has always been a mirror of discipline. If you can resist the noise, you refine your identity. If you fall for every rush of newness, you dilute it. And in fall 2025, when the industry is louder than ever, the women who stand out are not the ones who collect the most trends. They're the ones who edit them with precision. Because at the highest level, fashion isn't about keeping up. It's about staying untouchable.